Hi, this is Sophia Cartman, host of the Dream Big Podcast show. Place to learn, laugh, and grow. Hi, big dreamers. Are you ready for an exciting journey back in time? Today, we're going to step into the shoes of one of the most inspiring leaders in history, Abraham Lincoln. Picture yourself standing in a peaceful field on a crisp November day. The leaves are golden, and there's a sense of calm in the air. But 161 years ago, this field was the site of something very different. A fierce battle during the Civil War. Now imagine the tall, gentle figure of President Lincoln stepping forward, ready to give a short but powerful speech that would change the way people thought about freedom, equality, and what it means to be united. Are you ready to meet Abraham Lincoln and hear his incredible story? This is episode 436 of the Dream Big Podcast, and it's time to dream big.
Welcome to the Dream Big Podcast show. We're inspiring you to shoot for the moon, take aim and go. We bring to you amazing guests who truly love what they do. Every day they're living their dreams, and so can you. Dream big, take action to reach your goals. Are you pumped yet? It's showtime, let's rock and roll.
Once upon a time, there was a boy named Abraham who grew up in a tiny log cabin in the wilderness of Kentucky. Abraham didn't have fancy clothes or even shoes most of the time, but what he had was the love of learning. He borrowed every book he could find, often walking miles to read a book about history, law, and the world beyond his little cabin. As he grew older, Abraham dreamed of helping people and making the world a fairer place. He worked hard as a farmhand, a store clerk, and eventually became a lawyer. His deep belief in justice and equality made him stand out, and one day he was elected to be the President of the United States during one of the hardest times in history. Big dreamers, when Lincoln became president, the country was divided. Literally. The North and South were fighting in terrible war over slavery and how the country should be run. Abraham believed that everyone deserved freedom, no matter what or where they came from, or the color of his skin. He worked tirelessly to keep the country united. One of the fiercest battles of the Civil War happened in a town called Gettysburg. Thousands of soldiers lost their lives there, and people were heartbroken. Lincoln wanted to honor those soldiers and remind everyone that they were fighting, not just to win a war, but to create a country where everyone could be free and equal. On November 19th, 1863, Lincoln gave a speech that would become one of the most famous in history. It was only 272 words. Big dreamers, that's probably shorter than some of your homework assignments. But those words were really powerful. He began with the words, 87 years ago. That's how people in those days said 87 years ago. He was talking about 1776, the year America declared its independence and promised freedom for all. Lincoln reminded everyone that the soldiers who fought at Gettysburg did not give up their lives just for the present moment, but for the future, where all people could live together in unity. He called on everyone to tell them to dedicate themselves to the idea that all men are created equal. Big dreamers, Lincoln's words weren't just about the Civil War. They were about big dreams for a better world. He taught us that even when things get hard, we should never give up on the idea of fairness and kindness. And this time of the year is a special time to remember Lincoln's dream. This is a season where we think about gratitude and kindness. Just like Lincoln was grateful for the soldiers who gave their lives, we can be grateful for the people who help us every day, our families, our teachers, our friends. So, big dreamers, let's think about what we can learn from Abraham Lincoln today. You can pause this episode right now and discuss it with your family. Okay, now that you're ready, here are my 3 big takeaways. Number 1, leadership starts with kindness. Lincoln believed in helping others, even when it gets hard. You can be a leader by showing kindness and standing up for what's right. Number 2, dream big for a better world. Lincoln's dream wasn't just for himself. It was for everyone. What big dreams do you have that can help others? Number 3, be persistent. Abraham wanted to educate himself and help the world so bad. Sometimes he walked miles. But guess what? He never stopped learning. So be thankful for the access of information that you have now and always be curious. And to wrap up this episode, here are some fun facts about Lincoln. Did you know, big dreamers, that he was an animal lover? Lincoln adored animals. He had a pet named Fido, who he was just as kind-hearted as Lincoln himself. Also, Lincoln was an inventor. He is the only U.S. president to hold a patent. He invented a device to lift boats over obstacles in rivers. Did you guys know that he was a wrestling champion? Believe it or not, young Lincoln was an incredible wrestler. He was inducted to the National Wrestling Hall of Fame. And last but not least, Lincoln had a great sense of humor, and he loved telling funny stories and jokes that make people laugh, even during tough times. That's a good quality to have of a president. Thank you for joining me on today's episode to learn more about Abraham Lincoln. Remember, just like Lincoln, who dreamed of a better world, you can dream big too. And don't forget to share your kindness this holiday season. It's the perfect time to make someone smile. You can start by sharing this episode. And always, the show notes will be at dreambigpodcast.com/436. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you can't find it, just search up Sophia Cartman at the Dream Big Podcast or Dream Big Podcast with Sophia Cartman. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next inspiring story. Until next time, dream big and have an amazing day. That's all the announcements for today, big dreamers. This is Sophia Cartman, reminding you that you have unlimited potential. Your dreams are not optional, and you need to make them essential. So take massive action and turn those big dreams into reality. Live with passion the way life was meant to be. See you in the next episode. Bye.